In legal news today, a fact that may surprise you. If you're involved in anything from a car accident to a dog bite, there is a statute of limitations to take legal action. And the husband and wife law team, Mark and Alexis Breyer, are here to kind of share with us just some of those statute of limitations. Thanks so much for coming on today.
Thanks for having us.
Let's talk about the fact that you do have these different limitations for different accidents in Arizona. Can you explain that?
It's a great question, and let's start by explaining what it is.
Yeah.
People hear statute of limitations. It's such a legalese word. Here's what it basically is. You have a deadline, and if you don't take certain actions by those deadlines, all rights are lost. What most people seem to take that as is the idea that, well, so as long as someone's fighting it, I have to do it by this time. It doesn't matter if the other person knows they're at fault, admits they're at fault, the injuries are horrible. If you don't take actions by the specific statute of limitations, all rights are lost forever.
And they are different for different things. Like we said, car accident, dog bite, that type of thing.
They're different. A car accident, you could have it be a 2-year statute of limitations. There's some circumstances that are as little as 180 days, not 6 months, but 180 days. There's a big difference. For dog bites, there's different, there could be a 1 year, there can also be a 2-year.
Depending on
Depending upon the circumstances of the case. I think a lot of people hear 2 years and they think just talking to the insurance company is enough, but it's not. Even if you're in the middle of negotiating, it doesn't matter. There's very strict rules that you have to follow.
I've heard this term notice of claim. What is that?
So that's a great question as well. So first of all, to follow up on what Alexis, she made a great point. The number of people who have thought they had 6 months to file a notice of claim that have lost their rights forever. So what are they? A notice of claim is basically the government sets its own set of rules. So the government says, if anyone else is at fault, you have X amount of time to file a lawsuit. But if the government may be at fault, they have certain rights, and one of their rights is you have to get them a notice of claim in 180 days. That means you have 180 days to
that's fast.
Document your claim.
Fast. Especially if you're seriously injured. And it's not by government, it's, if you're hit by somebody who's working for the government, like if anybody who is working at the time, not just,
It could be a bus. It can be a car you don't know is driven by someone.
6 months.
Less than 6 months. So 180. So we got you.
Yeah, exactly. They did.
But we've literally had calls like 2 days pass, and it really makes a difference. Or people will wait 2 years and.
What about if a child's involved? Does that change anything?
It does.
It does. With the child, generally they have from their 18 years old for their birthday until 2 years later. But there are different case laws that vary on their medical bills. Are those the parents' medical bills? Are those the child? So that case law kind of varies with that.
How do you know, like, what has what statute?
What an unbelievable fallback it is to say call a lawyer, since we're lawyers.
Yeah.
But the danger is not that someone has to call and hire a lawyer. It really isn't. The problem is there's a lot of reasons to wait to see if you want a lawyer. Do I need a lawyer? But as soon as something happens to you or a loved one, God forbid, but if it happens, get in touch with a lawyer. Call our office and just say, here is my situation. What is my deadline? Don't wake up one day and find out.
It doesn't cost you anything to do that.
No, it doesn't.
There is no cost, and we don't, we don't play the sales game. Call our office. We'll give you an answer.
And before we go, we want to take note of one of your community projects that you do, which is Teacher Appreciation Awards.
Every month we've been doing this now for about, I think, over 4 years, going in as we did this month. And this month we were able to surprise an amazing teacher with a great story of helping students that was nominated by some students and some teachers. So just an amazing, amazing win for someone who needs to be recognized.
All right, terrific. Thanks so much. Appreciate you coming in. For more information, everyone, go to husbandandwifelawteam.com or call the number on your screen.